Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and this video is a complete beginner's guide to LinkedIn ads. This video will show you everything that you need in order to set up your first LinkedIn campaign. I will be showing you how you can set up your ads account, how you can create individual ad campaigns, how you can serve your ads to specific people using interests and exclusions, how to set a budget and pricing, and most importantly, I'm going to show you my favorite software that I use in order to automatically create my LinkedIn ads for me. So even if you have never run LinkedIn ads before, or any other type of ads for that matter, this video is going to contain everything that you need to know in order to run LinkedIn ads. So to access LinkedIn ads, all you need to do is go over to the standard version of LinkedIn. Just go to LinkedIn, and then we can see the advertise button in this top right corner. So go ahead and click into this. And then this is going to take us over to the LinkedIn Ads Campaign Manager. Now yours, if this is the first time you are on here, you should see this as kind of like blank. There shouldn't be any accounts here. And the first thing that we need to do is create your ad account. So we just want to go up and click on create in this top left corner. And then we can go down and create account. Now, you can create multiple ad accounts if you want to. However, there's not really a point in this unless you are running some kind of LinkedIn ad agency and you need different ad accounts for all of your clients. But as we are just creating one simple ad account, let's just call this GeForce North ad account. Then we can choose the currency that we will use for this ad account. And then this final option is where we can actually associate a LinkedIn page. So this is a company page. Although it is optional, I highly recommend that you do this because if you don't link a company page, some of the ad formats get blocked off. So you basically don't have access to all of the features that you can get with LinkedIn ads. If you do not yet have a company page, then just search create company page LinkedIn in Google. And then go to this top option right here to showcase your business. It's very easy to set up a company page. All we have to do is click on create your page right here. Then of course we want to go for company page. And then these are all of the questions that it asks. It's not a long, tedious process where they ask you loads of questions. You just enter in the company name, create the URL, link a website, select the industry, organization size, upload a logo, create a tagline, and that's it. You can create your company page. Once you actually have your company page, all we have to do is click on this box right here. Then we can select the company page that we just created, and then we can click on save. Just like that, we now have our LinkedIn ads account. Now, inside of the ads account, this is basically split up into three different sections. So we have campaign groups, and then within the campaign groups, we have individual campaigns, and then within the campaigns, we have ads. So basically, imagine these like folders. We have ads within campaign groups. So the first thing that we are going to do is actually go ahead and set up our first campaign group. So let's go create campaign group, and then we can create a name for this campaign group. So in this example, let's say that I am a marketing agency that works with chiropractors, and I'm going to be creating ads to basically bring new clients to my agency. So I'm going to call this cold traffic because this is going to be my first touch, my first point of contact with these clients. And then let's say these are lead gen ads. With the name, nobody else will be able to see this. This is just for you at the campaign manager level to be able to distinguish between different ad groups. Then we can go down and we can choose the group objective. So whether you have this on or not really depends on the campaign that you are running and what your objective is. So in my example, this entire ad group right here is specifically lead gen ads. So I'm going to go for lead generation because all of the ads that I create within this campaign group are going to be specifically for lead generation. But alternatively, let's actually switch this up and say that I am an e-com brand. And these ads are for like blue light blocking glasses. So the product that I'm selling are blue light glasses. Let's just type this in. And once again, we are targeting cold traffic. But if I go to the group objective right here, from these, I don't really want to be setting anything in particular. I would rather set these as the campaign level because I want to try out a bunch of different ads to sell these blue light blocking glasses. So although at first glance, we might be thinking, okay, we are looking specifically for website conversions, this can be a little bit expensive. What I have found is that sometimes website visits can actually get sales at a lower cost per conversion than website conversions. So we would want to be testing these both out, but we want to do this at the campaign level rather than the group level. So hopefully that makes sense. So from here, what I'm actually going to do to show you how this works is I will turn this off. And from here, we are going to be going forward as I'm an e-com brand and this is a cold traffic campaign. Next, we can go down and set the group budget and schedule. So we can choose whether we want to run continuously from a start date, whether we want to set a start and end date, or set a start and end date with a budget. With my campaigns, I always like to set a start and end date, just so I can kind of have peace of mind that I know when it's starting, when it's ending, and it just allows me to plan better. So what I'm going to do is set this to start today, and we will run these ads for a week. And I will go here to the 14th. So from the 7th to the 14th, this is where we are going to be testing this ad. Then we can click on create. And this campaign group has now been created. So we can now go into the group right here. And this is now where we can start creating campaigns. So we are inside of this group and we are now creating specific campaigns for this group. So let's go to create and then we can create a campaign now. And right here, this is what I was talking about, where we can actually set these objectives at the campaign level. So this basically gives us more optimization. So we might set this up so that one of our individual campaigns is its main objective is website visits, then another one at website conversions right here. And we can test these both out. Whereas if we set this at the campaign group level, then this can be better if you know that the entire campaign group is going to be optimized for one thing. However, if we are creating individual campaigns like this, then you might want to test these out by setting optimization at the campaign level. So let's go for campaign and create this first campaign to get website visits. It's then going to ask, how do we want to build the campaign, whether we want to use Accelerate or Classic. Essentially with Accelerate, you just drop the website URL in, or the website to the product page if you are an e-com brand, and it's going to quickly draft you a campaign. I've tried this out, but I don't find it to be very effective, so I prefer to go with Classic right here. And this gives us more control and more optimization over the exact ad that we will be creating. So select Classic, then we can go next. It's then going to ask us for the campaign group that we want to go into. So of course, this is the one that we just set up. So we don't need to edit this. We can click on next. And now we set up the individual campaign. So let's go in and title this campaign. And we can call this Blue Light Blockers. And then we are going to be setting this to a website visit objective. So we will type that in. We'll go website visits. And then for the objective, of course, we will go website visits right here. And over here, it's going to give us a forecast of results. So we can see the estimated 30-day spend right now is going to be between 2.6 to 4.5K. And if I was to go to website conversions right here, you can see it's going to drop down and give us a lot less forecasted results. The reason for this is because we don't have any data yet. So website conversions, it can be very, very expensive if you don't yet have any data on your account. So in my opinion, what I have found is by far the best thing to do if you are selling a product specifically is to go for website visits, get some data, and then we can go to website conversions. Lead generation, if you are specifically a lead generation brand, once again, it's better to have data, but you can still get away with this. You can still get data using lead generation. So just keep in mind with that. And what I would do once again is if you do need lead generation, like your main objective is lead generation, then once again, just set up 2 with website visits and lead generation and see which one converts the best. But we will go website visits right here. Then we can scroll down to the audience. And the first thing it's going to ask is, where is your target audience? So we can go in here and we can set the locations where we want to be targeting people. Right now, this is set to the UK, but we can go in and edit this. So the first thing that we can do is remove all attributes just to have more customization. Then we can go up and we can select recent or permanent location or just permanent location. So the recent or permanent location basically means people who recently visited or permanently work in the selected locations. Or permanent locations is just people who live or work there. So I'm going to go for permanent location right here. Then we can go to search and I'm going to search for the United Kingdom. Then we can also go for the United States. And then we can actually take this to the next level and we can search specifically for areas within these countries. So if I wanted to target specifically London, then I have all of these London areas right here. We can see London area, Greater London. This is the Canadian version of London. So we could select either of these for London in the UK if we wanted to specifically target London rather than the UK as a whole. So this right here is going to target London as well as the entirety of the UK. But if we just wanted to target London, then we can remove the UK and add just London in right there. But for my ad, I'm going to go for the US, the UK, then we'll just go for the English-speaking countries. So we can go Australia and New Zealand, and then Canada as well. Perfect. So we now have all of these locations set, and we can go ahead and close this up. You can see they are all set right there. And if you want to exclude certain countries, you can do that as well. So we can go exclude, and let's say that I just want to exclude like Spain, Germany, and France. Just as an example, we can then close this up, and our ads are not going to show in these locations right here. We can also set the audience language right here. So as my ads are in English, I can go for English. However, if you are targeting a French market, you can set this to French, German, whatever you want to go for right there. Now, we can set a target audience and narrow this audience even further. So this is where we can go in and target specific people that have specific interests and things like that. So we can click into narrow right here. So the first thing that we have here is audiences. So this is where we can create lookalike audiences. You need to set these up so we can go in and you can create lookalike audiences. We also have predictive right here, but you need to set all of these up. So what I would say is these are a little bit more advanced and you definitely need data to start going into here. For example, retargeting is awesome. This is essentially where we can, as somebody who has set up website visits, LinkedIn is basically going to track everybody who has visited our website. And then with retargeting, we can basically take the people who have already visited our website, they are interested, and retarget them further with ads. So usually with something like retargeting, you can get a very high ROI, but as I say, you do need data to do these. So the best thing to do here is go into audience attributes and to think now like who is going to be interested in blue light blockers. So these are usually going to be people who work hard, people who are interested in optimizing health. So let's go to interest and traits right here. Then we can go for member interests. And in here, we can start searching. So if I search for like health, we can go for like health right here and target this. Then let's try entrepreneurship. Maybe social entrepreneurship as well. We can try business. Okay, maybe none of these are any good. So I'm just going to leave it right there, but that's an example. Then we can go back to this right here and we can choose from like education. So we can go for degrees and see people who have PhDs. We can see people who have masters, and you can basically use this area right here to really go in and target specific groups of people. Once you have that set up, we can then close this down and you can exclude certain people right here. So under exclude, we can just go in, choose from the same categories, choose people that we would want to exclude here. So we can go interests and search them right here. And that's how you can exclude people from your ad. So we now have that all set up. Now let's go down and we can choose the ad format. So if we want to show this ad as a single image, a carousel image with 2 images or more, whether we want to add a video or any of these other options. I'm going to stick with a single image just to make this a basic single image ad. It makes things a lot easier in this tutorial. Then we can go down to placements right here and we can choose where do we want to place these ads. So of course, these are going to be on LinkedIn by default and we can't turn this off. But we can also choose whether we want to show these ads on LinkedIn audience networks. So essentially, these are like third-party publishers, so not LinkedIn, but these are websites where LinkedIn audiences usually engage. And if we turn this off, you can see it says, by disabling the LinkedIn audience network, you're missing out on an estimated 1,264% more clicks and a 93% lower cost per click. So I always like to leave this on. It just seems better to get more clicks and a potential lower cost per click. And then we can go down here and actually set up the budget and schedule. So in here, we can choose the budget, whether this is a lifetime budget for the campaign, a daily budget, or both a lifetime and daily budget. So this is what I like to go for. I like to set a daily budget that it's going to spend and also a lifetime budget so that the lifetime budget is equally spread and doesn't all get spent in 1 or 2 days. So this seems pretty nice, but we can change this here, but I'm happy with $150 per day and a 1,500 lifetime budget. We can then choose the start date right here, where we want the campaign to start. And then down here, we can choose bidding. So we have two options. We have maximum delivery, and we also have cost cap. And then if we open up additional options, we have manual bidding. Now, this is the one that I prefer to go for. The way that ads work is for your targeted audience or the people you are targeting, there are going to be a lot of people who want to run ads to them. And the way that those ads are shown is by bids. Whoever bids the highest is going to get their ad shown to the audience. So if we go to maximum delivery, this is basically going to spend or bid the highest amount possible and get your ads shown to the most people. So this is awesome in some ways because you get your ads shown more frequently, but the cost of the ad, the cost per click, is going to be high. The cost cap is basically where we can lower this down a little bit and say we want as many clicks as possible, but we also don't want to spend above a certain amount. So right here you can see the recommended amount is $11.88. But what I like to do is go manual bidding and then set this a little bit under the recommended. So what I would do is maybe set this to like $7. And then sometimes what you will notice is you're just getting no clicks at all. So you can go in here, you can set this up to like $8, for example, and see where the sweet spot is, where you're getting the lowest cost per click possible, but you're still getting a decent amount of ads that are shown. So in this area, we can actually see $7 was a little bit too low, but $8 seems fine, just on the low end down here. And then as I say, you can really tweak this and test this out yourself, depending on your exact campaign. Now, conversion tracking, this is pretty complicated. And although I have run many LinkedIn ads, I've never set this up myself. This is just way beyond what I can personally do, and you really need an expert to go in and do this. I personally prefer to hire somebody on Upwork to do this, because essentially what this is going to do is, once you have this set up, it's going to measure the actions that members take on your website after clicking or viewing your LinkedIn ad. So this is just going to give us more data. It's going to show where people clicked, how many people added to cart, things like that. So it's definitely worth getting this set up. And if you do want to use Upwork, then I will leave a link in the description to some Upwork sellers that do this. But once we have this set up, we can then click on next and save. And on this next screen, this is where we can actually create the ads that are going to be shown on LinkedIn. So we now have all of the back-end settings set up. We just need to focus on the front-end settings. What are our potential customers or audience? What are they going to see when they are browsing LinkedIn? So because we don't have any ads set up at this point, we go create new ads. And in here, we can now create our ad. Now, you can absolutely do this by your own hand. Just go in here, name the ad, add some introductory text that it's going to show at the top, add a URL in right here of where you want to send people to, and then you can add and upload your images, your headline, your description, everything like that. This is how I used LinkedIn for years, but then I found a piece of software that is absolutely incredible, and this is pretty much what I use every time that I create my LinkedIn ads. Now, full disclaimer, this is a paid tool. However, if you want to try this out, then they do have an awesome free trial. So you can try this out for completely free and then decide whether or not you like it. But if you are interested in the tool, it is called Ad Creative AI. And Ad Creative AI is genuinely one of the best tools that I have found in order to create awesome ads for LinkedIn. Not only do they create all of the ads for you using AI, but it also gives you kind of like a score on how well the ad is expected to perform. And they have a massive database that they base this on. So I prefer this rather than going blindly into LinkedIn and kind of just guessing and trying out all of these different ads. I still split test with my Ad Creative AI ads, but it takes a lot of weight off and it makes things a lot easier. And I will leave a link down in the description where you can go ahead and try a free trial of Ad Creative AI. So once you click on that link and you are over on this screen, we just click on try for free now. And then we can create an account right here. We get 10 free credits when we sign up. So you can either create your account with like an email and password, or you can sign up with a Google or Microsoft account. Once you have created your account, we can then enter in the payment details for the payment method that you want to link up. But once again, you will not be charged right now as we get a 7-day free trial. Once that information is entered, we can click on complete registration. And then once that is set up, we now have access to Ad Creative AI. So the first thing that we need to do within here is set up our brand. So we can go in here and write a brand name and description. So I'm going to go in and just title this GeForce North. Then for the product, service, and description, I'm just going to say, well, this is blue light blockers. So I'm going to add in the description right there and then save and continue. We can then upload a brand logo. So I can upload my logo right here and confirm. And then you can see that it's automatically going to populate with the different brand colors. If you do want to change these, we can just click in and change the color right here. But I'm happy with this, like these are my exact brand colors. So I go save and continue. Then we can click on create brand right here. And the awesome thing about Add Creative AI, just to show you, is the fact that you can set up multiple brands. So this is not going to be applicable to everybody, but if you are an agency, if you are watching this video on LinkedIn ads because you run an agency, then you can create multiple brands and use Add Creative AI for multiple brands in this section. Then we can go for create a project. And right here, we have all of these different ad types. So we can create regular ad creatives, product photo ads, stock images, ad packages, ad videos. And the best thing about this is you can actually create some brand images, some professional looking brand images for your ads. But from here, we want to select the ad package because this is not only going to give us ad creatives, but it's also going to give us text. And it's also even going to give us target audiences if we want to go back and change them. So let's click into ad package. It's then going to ask us to scan our website in, but I prefer to fill this manually. So in here, we can choose the ad goal. So for me, this is just get store visits. Then we can choose the project tone, the way that it's going to write the ad copy. So let's go for persuasive right here. Then the language is going to be English. The product or service name. So I will go for GeForce North blue light blocking glasses. We can then choose the target audience right here. So I'm going to go for health optimizers. And then we can set the call to action. So I'm just going to say shop now. Then we can enter a short product, service, or description. We can enter that there, then click next step. It's then going to ask us to choose the ad strategy. So we can go for direct focused conversion if this is a limited time offer, an exclusive discount, limited stock. But I'm just going to go direct conversion focused. Then we can click on next step. We can then choose the ad creative size. So of course, for this, we want to go for LinkedIn. And as you can see, this is already recommended because of the details that we input earlier. Then we can select the creative size. So just stick with post as a LinkedIn ad. Then we can go next. Upload the images that we want to use. So I'm just going to upload an image right here. And this is the image that I'm going to use. So we can go continue. However, you can add multiple images here. I'm just going to stick with this one. Then we can go next step. And in here, we can see this is going to be the text on our creative. So you can see by default, this has already given us a headline, a punchline, a call to action, and all of that. But what we can do is we can customize this. So you can either go in and type this out yourself, or we can click on this AI icon, change sentiment, and we can go in here, choose from any of these, and get the AI to write for us once again. So right now it says want better sleep, boost productivity, block blue light, and then the call to action is block out blue. So let's click into this. Go change sentiment, and let's try friendly this time. So let's go for friendly, and it says get cozy sleep. I don't like this, so we can click on retry to retry with friendly, or we can click back into this AI icon, go to change sentiment, and let's try persuasive once again. Optimize your sleep today, enhance your sleep quality, that's a lot better. I'm going to accept that, and then we can do the same for these others. We can also set a call to action icon. So right now this is an I actually really like this. So I'm going to leave this. And then the project name, we will just call this blue light glasses. Then we can click on generate, and Add Creative AI is now going to create our final ad creatives as well as copy, tell us some audiences to go for. And this is why I really like this tool. So now this is loaded in, you can see we have creatives, texts, and audiences right here. And if we scroll down, we can see all of these creatives. So we have a conversion score at the top, and the closer this is to 100, the more likely Add Creative AI thinks this ad is to convert. So the two that I want to test out is these 100 ones right here. So we can download this and download this as well. And when we download this, of course, it's going to get rid of the watermark. If I just show you by opening this up, you can see this is how the ad is going to look. Then we can also go over to texts right here, and we can see it's going to write out copy for us. Once again, we have a conversion score out of 100. So it's giving us quite a few right here at 90. Like a lot of these there are very confident about. So out of these, we can just go down and choose the ones that we like the best. So I quite like this one with all of these emojis. So all I now have to do, if I want to use this, is I can either edit this and change anything in the text, or I can copy and just paste this into my LinkedIn ad. Finally, we have audiences. So this is going to show us some interests to target. We have entrepreneurship, sleep optimization, health and wellness, productivity hacks, biohacking, and wellness programs. So what we could do is once we have created this ad, we could go back into the interest to target and we could target any of these right here. Now the one that looks the best is this right here. It had a 90 conversion score. So we could try this out. We could even mix and match some of these and see which one converts the best. But for now, we now have our creative and texts. So let's go back to LinkedIn and create a name for this ad. So I'm just going to call this blue light blockers and then website hits, as that is what we are optimizing for. So we can go in, add the introductory text and just paste in this copy. And then we can see if we drop this down, it's going to look like this. We can then add the destination URL. So where we want people to go when they see this ad. So I'm just going to add my website, geforcenorth.com. And that's going to be right there. Then we can add the headline. So the ad headline is basically what it's going to show right here. So I just want to title this Shop Now. And then when people click on Shop Now, they will be taken over to my website. For the image, we just want to go up and select an image right here. So we can go in. And then for this first ad, I'm just going to upload one of these. Let's go with this one right here. We can drop this in, add this to the library, select this, and as you can see, that image is now added in. The ad description is optional, and this basically provides more information to the people who see your ad. This is not going to be visible in most scenarios, so I usually just leave this blank. Like, I think this ad looks awesome already. And then from here, we can just click on save. We can go through, and now our ad is going to go through the process of getting approved. So this ad is not running right now. It's about to get approved, and we need to make sure this is following all the guidelines. We just click on next right here. Then we can go down, we can see the ads. So we just enter in the business name, some business information right here, the payment method that you want to use to pay for your ads. And then all you have to do is click on agree and launch campaign. And that's going to send your ad to the approval process. And from there, your ad should get approved. So that is my complete LinkedIn ads tutorial. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.